Right, we're on to the final pass question here. This is a quotient rule. I'll just spell that for you. Quotient. All you've got to remember, if you don't like it, just remember divide. Quotient means divide, and I clearly see that this line means divide, so that's the telltale sign. This one divided by this one. Now this equation here, dy by dx, we need to ascertain basically what this is. If you think of the top one being u and the bottom one being v, okay, so we've basically got v du by dx minus u dv by dx all over v squared. Now this one's a little bit more difficult than the product rule, slightly more difficult, that equation. So now what we've got to do, like last time, is very methodically put these numbers in. So what we'll do now is we're moving from left to right. So this one here, the v, is cos 4x. Remember, cos means cosine, yeah? And then we've got to differentiate this one. Well, that would be 12x. You can put a times in there. I'll put a little dot there just to see that we're timesing it by that. And then the minus sign. That's very important, that minus sign. So, and we've got the 6x squared, yeah? The 6x squared is the u value. And we've got to differentiate cos 4x. If you remember in Unit 4, Maths for Technicians, cos ex became minus a sin ex. Sin ex became minus a cos ex. So in this case, the a is 4. So we're actually going to get minus 4 sin 4x divided by the bottom there, which is this one. We square that. So what we can do is literally just encapsulate that in a bracket and square it. Yeah. Incidentally, at this point, I must add that you can actually put cosine squared 4x. That would be cos and a little 2 there. 4x is the same as that. Right? So if I ever put cos squared 4x, it's the same. The top's really horrendously needs to be simplified. If you did that in an exam, I'd mark you correct. But let's be professional once again. What do you think the 12x will do? It will go to the front there, just tidy it up. It doesn't affect the sum because it's multiplying. Yeah, it's multiplying out. 2 3s are 6, 3 2s are 6, so it doesn't matter which way the 2 and the 3 is, it doesn't matter which way that is. Problem. A minus times a minus is a plus. I have to get rid of this, by the way, this bottom bit here. Yeah. A minus times a minus is a plus, and we've got 4 of these. We've got 4 of these little fellas. So it's 24x squared. See that? 24x squared sine 4x divided by, don't forget that, divided by cos squared 4x, or cos 4x squared. Right. Can we actually factorize at the top? Yes, I believe we can. So I'll just rub these out here. So we'll just rub this lot out just to finish the sum off, because I want to try and keep it all together. I'll change the colour. Alright, so let's try and factorize this fella here. Yeah, I did see I've changed the colour, didn't I? Yeah, right. Look at that. 12 and 24. We can definitely take the 12 outside the bracket. The lowest power in this case is an x to the power of 1, or just x. And that's about it. Yeah? That would leave us, if you divide this by this, you would obviously get 1. Yeah? So let's look at that again. If we divide this lot by this, we would get 1. And we've got to get him left by himself. How do we test it right? That times that gives us that, so that's correct. Don't forget the plus. Let's all have a go at this one. 24x squared divided by that. We'll do the number first. We certainly get a 2 there. Yeah, we'll get a 2. And an x2 divided by an x1, you take away the powers. So that's an x1, or just x. And don't forget the sine 4x. So we'll put the sine 4x there. And just fit that on. Don't forget the v squared, the bottom squared, which of course is cos squared 4x. Or you can just encapsulate it like that. Perfection. You can't factorise it any further. That is the end of the sum.